Really? Oh, no, let me see. No, that's the yeah. Oh. So we're live.
Okay. I'll call to order the meeting, the regular council meeting, Monday, April 8th, 2024. Get any introduction of any new items. No.
So just a change, if we can have people of the truck motion, which.
Okay.
Item 825.
825.
Can I get the mover and a seconder to move? Councilor Reed, Councilor Stanberry. All in favor? We're moving it to in-camera.
The first item is the adoption of the minutes. That the minutes from the regular council meeting held March 25th, 2024 be adopted.
Can I get mover and seconder? Councilor Reed, Councilor Stanberry. All in favor? Carried.
And are there any questions on the agenda from the gallery? Okay. And our first item is a presentation from Barry Wentz from the Eagles Nest Neighborhood Society Midden Road Access. You could stand behind the podium, that'd be great.
Hi, my name's Barry Wentz. For those of you that don't know me, I've been in Canal Flats since.
You can say.
You don't.
Okay. Yeah, I've been in Canal Flats since 2000 and thoroughly enjoy it here. I'll give you a brief history of Midden Access. In 2000, inside neighbors of Richardson Crescent all got together and decided that we would take it upon ourselves to clear the land of debris and overgrowth and stuff and put a dock into the water there for the inside street of the residents to use. This was before Eagles Nest was annexed by the village. So we all got together and everybody came and did their, did what they could. The province had surplus the dock at the provincial park and they said that we could have it. So we brought that over there and we used that for several years and all the neighbors helped take care of it. And a few years later, we all chipped some cash in and bought a better dock because that was to the point of non-repairable. Everyone up there was pretty much unfamiliar with each other. And as we did this, we've all got to know each other and really made our neighborhood more cohesive. We're very good stewards of the land, I think. We take care of it, take all the overgrowth away, broken trees, branches and everything to minimize fire damage. I don't know what else we could do there. We don't alter the land because it isn't ours. And in 2019, we talked to the previous council and we told them that, we would like to keep using a dock there. And we came to an arrangement whereas the village was the owner of the land can put a dock into the water. And so the village made us an agreement and we've lived with that the last 4 years and we would like to renew that if possible. Do you have any questions?
Any questions? So I did go take a look at the land. I did see that the stairs are a little bit, I'm sure you guys would be taking care of that.
Those stairs were agreed to be removed. We just been a little lax on our duty.
And with the dock, with the new rules with the dock, I'm not sure that you can put one out. We had a complaint about it, when was that? Yeah,
Thursday, we had a letter from the Stewardship Society, but also from the province indicating that the dog was not legal and shouldn't be there.
Oh, it was our understanding that with Mayor Sturgeon and previous council that it was an approved dog because it was town land and town had made an agreement with the Eagles Nest Society. We carry liability insurance, as you know, as we were asked there, and we were under full compliance. I don't know what's changed since then.
So I'll get confirmation from the province on that. And that's a little bit of a different spin than what I understood. The agreement with the society and how it works.
Yeah, because I have well, I'm sure you have the document and the agreement that we all signed with the village.
Okay,
I didn't.
yeah,
So the province did write us a letter indicating that it wasn't authorized and that we didn't get authorization for the dog. So that was.
So the village didn't get authorization?
That's right.
Well, I'm not sure, you know, what
Well,
transpired with the village, but
it's something that I will go back and review it again and make it just exactly what happened. You have a comment?
I was going to say, the previous council did receive that letter at a council meeting from the letter from the province that the dock was not approved.
well, it was not approved because we made application as Eagles Nest Society. We were not approved. And then we spoke with council and Mayor Sturzer, and they said that because they were the owners of the land, that they could make the application because the village was the owners of the land.
okay, go ahead.
And the village was.
Oh, okay. So neither one were approved.
Correct.
So we'll have to go back to the province again and talk to them, find out how have to have Richard get in contact with them, find out what their needs are and whether or not we can have a dock there.
Well, that's, kind of surprises me, is that because we thought that, you know, between Eagles Nest Society and the village, that we were in compliance.
Well, we thought so too, but we got the letter that says we're not. So we have to figure out what to do to get into compliance. And Richard will come up with some recommendations. We'll talk to you guys again and see what we can do. The other thing is anybody can go on that beach.
That's understood. That was understood from day one.
Yeah.
And we put liability insurance onto the dock because naturally we owned it.
Yeah.
And if someone was hurt onto it, they needed to be insured, not through the village, but through the society.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, well, thank you. I think what we'll do is we'll have Richard get in contact with the province, find out what we have to do to get into compliance and what the issues are. And then we will get back to you guys.
Okay,
Barry, I think we could share that telephone conversation that you and Tim had.
well, yeah, we talked to Forest Lands and Natural Resources, myself and Tim Pickering, who's also a resident there, when we were trying to apply, and they told us because there was an adjacent dock nearby that they weren't prepared to do that we could take our trucks and boats and go to an adjacent to the adjacent dock because it was within driving distance. And we tried to tell them that, you know, on long weekends particularly, that the town dock is so busy that it's, you know, you just make things worse by adding more boats and trucks and trailers into the equation, that this was actually, you know, easing the pressure on the town dock.
That's maybe something we can bring up.
Yeah, and we typically don't have more than a boat or two down there, you know, like everybody respects everybody else. And most of us take our boats out in the afternoon. And the trucks and trailers come back to our own yard rather than tying up a space at public beach, as I'm sure all of you have seen through the summer.
Yes. So, yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll have to go back to the province, find out what the issues are, see whether or not we can do anything for you guys. And then continue the conversation.
Okay, well, I think it would be a real asset if we could, like, it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next item is the grant receivable for the sewage treatment plant upgrade and flood protection award. That the letter from the Ministry of Municipal Affairs advising that the sewage treatment plant upgrade and flood protection project has been approved in the amount of $1,248,810.
Okay, I get a mover and a seconder. Councillor Reed, Councillor Stanberry. Questions? Councillor Noble.
If I may,
Yeah, okay.
I just want to know what the other funding sources are. Not very specific.
Sure.
Go ahead.
So previous council authorized $250,000 loan through MFA. And we have $250,000 allocated for reserves. For a total of $1.7 million, 448,800.
Any other questions? All in favor? Carried.
The BC Active Transportation Infrastructure Grant, that the notification regarding the BC Active Transportation Infrastructure 2023 Shore-to-Shore Pathway Phase 1 award in the amount of $260,444 be received for information.
Okay, I got a mover and a seconder. Councillor Noble and Councillor Stanberry. Any questions? Councillor Noble.
Other funding again?
Go ahead.
So last year we were awarded $196,000. That will make up the difference. So the reason why we pursued this grant is because we initially thought the $196,000 from CBT would cover off the paving for the trail, and that paving would cover here in the corner. I can't remember the names of the streets still. All the way to where the current paving is at the signs down Granger. But the estimates came back at $260,000. So we applied for the full 260. So we will be able to apply the 260 and the 196. Obviously there will be a remainder. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that.
What's the remainder?
130,000. 60 plus 196 minus,
That you're gonna get.
So sorry, there will be 196 there. The full amount of the CPT loan will be, unallocated. My math is.
Any other questions? All in favor? Carried.
Access Canal Flats, excuse me, Eagles Nest. The council review and discuss options for a renewal agreement with the Eagles Nest Neighborhood Society for the Midden access.
I get a mover and a seconder. Councillor Reed, Councillor Noble. Any questions?
Should this be deferred?
I think it should be deferred.
If I may.
Yeah.
The resolution says to review.
Just to review. Okay, yeah, we're good to review that. Okay, all in favor? Carried.
Talk about it
Oh,
and
yeah,
review
very
it?
quick pause. We'll pretend that didn't
I
happen. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
I thought that since we're missing information,
Yes. So I think we should wait till we get more information from the province. So we know exactly what the problem is. And then come back with the solution for the people that want it.
Or some other option.
some other
or
options.
option 3 or.
Yeah.
Other stuff, because, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
does council have any other direction they would like to give staff on whether they would like?
Well, we don't have the information yet. We're gonna find out why Evergreen said they cannot have a dock.
Yeah.
Sure, I can provide the background information to council on the previous report, and I will follow up with the province again.
Just because I did do a little bit of research and there's a lot of docks on this water. So I'm just wondering why this one particular isn't allowed. I know how much relief it brings to our public beach or public dock. Have we thought about what it'd be like if we take it over, what we're gonna have to do? Like our side of it, like there's so many other options, like you said here that we're just gonna take it over. Take over what and how?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I did have a conversation with Matthew about this, or Parks and Recreation. It would have to go into the budget, but we would have to maintain it like we do in the other part. Keep the grass maintained, then have a cost associated. We would request that the society remove the current dilapidated stairs and we would just assume mowing lawns and let it work. We would have to probably take out additional insurance if a dog was permitted. Because our dog right now, we pay upwards of $5,000 a year in insurance just for one dog.
That's a
So
good
it's-
one, why they should keep it.
It's not insignificant. So there's a number of factors that play into it that I have not looked at in terms of costs. But if council would like me to review costs, I'll agree.
Absolutely.
If
Yeah.
I may.
Yeah.
We would still need a license from the province to get it, and we may not get it if we did get it last. So just.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of variables before we could even make this. That we will need to look at.
And as a side note, this is not the only dock that is not allowed that currently resides on our lake. There are other docks that apparently have gotten the same, similar letters.
Yep, and they still have their docks there.
Yeah.
Okay,
We don't own that property.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay, all in favor of getting more information? Okay,
Development variance permit BVP 02-2024 McDonald. That notice be given that council is considering the issuance of a development variance permit BVP 02-2024 to vary zoning bylaw number 215-2019. Section 5411 accessory building height from 19.7 feet to 23.5 feet.
and I get a mover and a seconder. Councillor Noble, Councillor Stanberg. Any questions? Go ahead, Councillor Noble.
I just wonder if this meets the setbacks. And I'm just wondering whereabouts it's gonna be located on the property. I went to look and I just can't picture where it's gonna be built.
Go ahead.
If I may, yes, it does, otherwise it wouldn't be allowed to proceed to this step. This is the
Okay.
only portion of the planning review that it didn't meet, and it is going behind the house. If I thought, oh, I see. Let me just see if I can find it in the agenda here. Here we go. Oh, I didn't include that. Yeah, so it's going behind the house.
So you have a picture of it? or-
Yes, we have to for building.
Oh, can I?
I can send that.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I can't read this writing, but like, what is like the width and length of this? Just out of curiosity, because I can't.
Go ahead.
If I may, I'm not sure, but that means this,
It meets-
it meets the, yeah, it meets the lot
It's just the
coverage.
height, but
Yes, it's just the height by it. Here.
Any other? Yeah, go ahead.
Just a reminder that this is just approval to notify the neighbors and not an actual, not approval of the variance.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
All in favor? Carried.
Considerations and options regarding the water park proposal, that council authorize the CAO to prepare a letter of intent to the Canal Flats Community Group in support of the water park project to assist in grant funding opportunities, and that the following conditions be included in the letter. Provision of an engineering analysis on water and sewer impact, provision of estimated annual operating and maintenance costs, provision of a project plan with estimated timelines and village contributions.
I got a mover and a seconder. Councilor Reed, Councilor Noble. Questions?
Question.
You got a question? Okay. Councilor Cobbs.
I guess it's not really a question, it's more like a comment, just, so I spoke with Counselor Dale Shudka. He is in the Radium Counseling, or
Yeah.
Radium Council. He was a huge part in the Radium build, and, I was just asking him about the, engineering analysis and stuff, and he said that, when they did the bid process, the two companies that they picked actually included the engineering in their bid process. So, yeah, it was just, cause I mean, that's a huge ask for these guys to, or a huge cost for these guys, right? So if they, I guess if they knew, I don't know if they've contacted anybody further.
Get some information from you, Sean.
Sure, I wasn't really expecting to speak, but I remember rest for it. So, yeah, we had to go with one company so that they would get the grant writers for us. So we kind of skipped the bidding process, but I'm sure if I talked to Peggy Sue, she could get us the engineering analysis. When they install it, they do the pads, the piping, everything. All we got to do is hook up the water and sewer to it at the end of the day. So in their costs is once they dig down to it, if there's more like engineering that is involved in the pad that needs to go on there, that cost becomes our cost, like the community society's cost. So I don't know if they're gonna send somebody out and actually look at the dirt and make the engineering analysis at that point. But I think the pavilion it's probably kind of the same kind of weight.
Yeah.
For a concrete pad.
So, I mean, Mr.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the water analysis is using, so as you know, we did hydro engineering analysis that Urban Systems presented last year. We had the highlighted red areas where we weren't getting the right flows and the right water volume. The analysis would be using that model and determining what the flow rates are using that model. Urban Systems indicated it would be between $4,000 and $6,000. It's a requirement that that we need to do every time we bolt on a larger system to our water.
Am I allowed to ask a question?
Yep.
Flow rates, with the reports that you've had, they do come with flow rates, do they not? They
Yeah.
already tell you what you need or what they use?
Yeah, they're like 10, 12 pounds PSI is all they're really needing. It's the volume you gotta hook a 2-inch line to it. So they'll do 6 gallons a minute
When activated.
when activated. And we can set that time to whatever.
Yes.
I talked to Adrian and Radium and seen if they had any information on in their electronics on how often that one ran, but they said they didn't have that information. So I don't know where you could find how much it would actually get used. I would think 4 or 5 hours a day in the summer. I
Yeah,
don't know if it would be steady.
No, I don't think it'd be steady. The one in Radium isn't steady.
No,
So
yeah, I suppose the guy could sit there and drink coffee for a day and do his own little study. The cops would probably come and arrest me. Watching it.
So just rough calculations.
Yeah.
Rough calculations.
If it used full time for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Any other questions?
I don't really have questions, I have a comment.
Oh, sure.
When we go to make a decision.
You wanna make your comment now?
Well, I just think there should have been another option to not have some of this stuff.
I mean,
Yeah,
council can amend the resolution.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just mentioning it, right? Like, I think that we can give them this letter and get them going
Yep.
on this thing. I don't think we have to ask for a lot of this stuff. One of the people that I spoke to also said that a lot of this stuff comes with it. There's different ways. If you have more than one piece of equipment or 6 pieces, like they have to get going, they have to get this started, we have to get a plan, then we'll get some answers. I think that there's still a way to stop it before they do this, but they gotta get going forward. And I just think asking for all of these things without just giving them a letter to apply for the grant is going a little bit over the top for asking for a grant letter.
okay,
My thoughts?
So,
Yeah.
so the letter that they were requesting that we sign, gives confirmation that the village of Canal Flats agrees to allow access to the land and the property.
Okay,
So if council wants to do that without doing any background engineering, council decides.
So I'm not comfortable going with that option whatsoever.
okay,
I think that, we can give a letter, but I think that we can put a stipulation in there of some sort. I mean,
well, I do believe that, they will get, engineering analysis with the coming in. Cause, when I talked to Radium, that's what they said, that it came with it, with the people that put it in, it came with the engineer. So,
So if I'm sure.
yeah,
So I'm not saying don't not support it, I'm just saying support it. But make sure that this is done in the future, like as a condition of this moving forward. Let's make sure that this stuff is done. It can be included in the package or not, or whatever. If it is great, then you don't have to, I don't ask them to do it. I'm just saying, let's put that due diligence together, make sure that it is. If it's not in the package, then get it done. If it is, then it's already done. So that's all. But the letter of intent will allow them to apply for the grant and move forward.
okay,
So that's option 2 is the letter of intent there.
With the.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if it's in the package though,
Then
that allows them to apply
Go
for
ahead.
grant funding for that engineering as well, I would think.
okay. Any other questions? All in favor?
Okay,
Giving them a letter, giving them the letter so they can apply.
So, if we're giving them a letter, is this something that we're gonna ask them for it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like tomorrow kind of thing, right?
If I may, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah,
So the letter, I'll sign the letter of intent, but just with some conditions that before we give formal and official approval of using the land, that we want them to go forward with the letter of intent, like with the grant application, like go forward with the grant application. Just make sure that all of this other stuff is either done as part of the like preliminary engineering, or it's done at some point during the process. Doesn't matter when it's done, as long as it's done before they start construction.
Okay, and will that hold them back from getting any grants or anything?
Not at all. We want them to go forward with the grant and make it expedited as quickly as possible. We just want to make sure that we're not saying, yes, you have carte blanche to put this in at the,
okay,
so we are approving which option.
The resolution as presented at this moment.
yes. Unless we want to amend it.
well, there was 2 options, option 1 or option 2.
The resolution that I read out, should I read it again?
Sure.
Okay, the council authorizes the CAO, I know you don't have agendas, I'm sorry. The council authorizes the CAO to prepare a letter of intent to the Canal Flats Community Group in support of the water park project to assist in grant funding opportunities, and that the following conditions be included in the letter: provision of engineering analysis on water and sewer impact, provision of estimated annual operating and maintenance costs, provision of a project plan with estimated timelines and village contributions.
Okay. All in favor? Carried.
The next item is a letter of support for the men's shed, that council for the Village of Canal Flats act as the charitable partner in the men's shed grant application to the Help Age Canada Fund in the amount of $10,000.
Can I get a mover and seconder? Counselor Cobza, Counselor Stanberry. Any questions?
Can you elaborate?
No, because he did through
Yeah,
the mayor, not really. It is this grant, sorry, I guess I can a bit. It's the grant that, Mr. Fortberger spoke about when he made his presentation.
Right.
It is to build the shed and the storage shed, the gardens, things like that.
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
So I wasn't here last meeting, but I fully endorse this type of thing where the village help support these local nonprofits. It's something that I understand we've done for many years. We become the vehicle for them. The only risk there is to the village is them not completing the work. We hope that,
Right.
given the context of what's going on there, I think it's something that we should be doing.
Okay, any other questions? All in favor? Carry.
The next item is removed, and so the last item is to convene to in camera, that the meeting convenes in camera for community charter 91K, the negotiations and discussion regarding the proposed provision of a municipal service at 7 o'clock sharp.
Can I get a mover and seconder? Counselor Reed, Counselor Stanberry, all in favor? Gary.